Welcome, everybody. We are here in the lab, the cave, the TCSF podcast cave. Here with my co-host, Eddie. He's got a football, but I think he really wants to get on the field.
That's how that felt.
Total garbage on the field today. What do you say, Eddie?
So normally we do the good, the bad, and the ugly. We're going to do the ugly,
and the ugliest.
the ugly. I mean, this is uglier than my 7th grade dance partner. You know what I mean? Like, this is terrible. Ooh. I don't know what's going on here.
So we have a show dropping on Thursday. We're going to record it today. We got baseball recap for both teams.
Yep.
More ugly from the Bears.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Il Brown about the Bears. We have a very in-depth recap of this other ugly thing that happened this week, which was the baseball playoffs.
Yeah, they came, they showed up, and then they choked.
Yeah, they choked. I mean, I don't have a baseball to chew on, otherwise I would. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, Nagy had a hard... I can't understand what was so good about Foles that we had to get some Foles in this house rather than leave it where it was.
Yeah, I was all for Foles coming in, but you know what? I've always said he's always coming in as a backup. The little microwave oven comes in, heats everything up, gets you over the hump in the fourth quarter. But as a starter, he's never proven that he can actually take a team to the promised land and actually be consistent. So that's what you saw today on the field. What do we got else? Yeah, take Foles.
Foles. I mean, why did we need Foles? Why Mitch could have done that? I've seen him do it.
Yeah, Mitch could have had the same result.
Yeah, there was no difference in what Foles did, and at least with Mitch, you know, he can actually move and run the ball. He can move his feet and get down the field and at least scramble and cause some panic and cause. That's another element that Mitch brings to the game, where you're like, well, maybe he could scramble. You know what I mean? So that's a big part of it. You know, this is. It's going to be a post-mortem on the baseball season. It's going to be a post-mortem on the start of the Foles experiment era, whatever you want to call it, for the Bears. I mean, we saw that they were the number one defense, the Colts were, going into the game.
Yeah.
And
they shut down the run game for the Bears.
Yeah, the running game was non-existent. I'll say this. This showed you how much they missed Tariq Cohen.
Oh, definitely.
Because that's a lot of screenplays.
Yeah.
That's a lot of screenplays that you would have got, you know?
Yeah, Cordell Patterson and Montgomery weren't enough this week.
Yeah, because Patterson is not a running back.
Yeah, but he's that gadget guy.
Right.
Do a bigger gadget guy. Right. But if you're doing those gadgets, you got to have more than one toy, or else they're going to know it's a gadget play.
That was notorious for the Bears to throw a touchdown at the end of the game.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. This is a very Bears score.
Yeah.
19-11.
Yeah.
That's you don't. Normal teams have 23 or 24-21 or what?
35-38. I mean, if we could score in the 30s for a change, this would be awesome. But 19 points, it looks like the first quarter of an NBA game. That's what that looked like.
Foles did okay in what sense? I mean, he's not. His throwing was okay, but I mean, like, there was a lot of missed throws. It was just bad. It was bad. To start, when they showed a stat to start the third quarter, and the Bears had -3 yards in the first, 5 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
So,
you can't be doing that. You know what I mean?
And he stopped the running game, which impacted pretty much a lot of the passing game, because if you can't run, you can't do any play action. If no play action, that's all Foles' repertoire. So guess what? That's what you got today.
Look, Indy's defense did prove you could give them that number one crown. If they're the number one ranked defense, give it to them, because they made. Granted, no one on this show has ever said that the Bears' offense was that great.
No.
We you know what I mean. But when you play weak teams, you're gonna look great. The Bears, who have all these killers on defense, there was a lot of missed opportunities. Roquan Smith almost catching that ball in the end zone was another one.
That one misstep.
You know what I mean?
Tons of missed tackles. Tons of missed tackles today.
There was
and especially wearing an orange jersey, you can see it all now.
Yep. Let's see. Yeah, and
this defense is ranked number one, and rightfully so.
The throws don't matter if it's not in the end zone. You're not throwing to the end zone. you don't get the ball in the end zone, it don't matter. Running game was atrocious. It was just bad.
They didn't use the tight ends.
No. At least when you saw Mitch out there, we had Jimmy Graham sighting all over the place. Jimmy Graham came out there with his guns, nice and strong, looking way stronger than Trey Burton. And guess I'm willing to bet, I haven't even looked at the numbers yet. Who did I see today? Trey Burton in a blue uniform, looking better than our tight ends. Okay.
We'll see what the numbers are. We'll discuss it on the next show. We'll put it up there.
Next show will be available. We're getting ready to record. Bears know what they want. Mitch out. That's Bears fans. I put on my page, on my personal page, the most popular guy in any fan base is the backup quarterback, right? So now you got the backup quarterback. Hey, y'all got what you wanted. Okay? We are going to regroup. This is a short week, too, so they better have a short memory.
And Brady just had 5 touchdowns.
Five. Brady came back from behind and 5 touchdowns. So old man Brady, you just dealt with old man Rivers who knows what to do. Just wait till you got to play Tampa.
Oh, boy.
Defense has miscued. Defense
wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. It's just they were out there exposed.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you have that defense out there for long periods of time because you're going 3 and out. The defense is going to get tired.
But Indy's defense is legit, and you got a guy who's number one, barely been with these players because he was the backup.
All right, I got you.
You know.
Oh no, definitely the Colts defense is great. The number one for a reason. So we said that earlier. Yeah.
The Colts did their job.
Yeah. But they have that correct thing what we're talking about. If the defense can be good and the offense is adequate, you can win games. And that's exactly what Indy's doing. You have a great defense, and that offense is just okay.
I mean, Rivers is a professional quarterback. He always has been. We know that. He's out there, John. He's getting in Roquan's ear.
Yeah.
Giving it, when he's like, oh, he turned the corner on you. Gee, golly, gosh darn. Hey, that's what Rivers does. But even that little weak, talk, however you want to say it, I'm trying to be, kind with my words here, got into their heads even at the end of the game. So, I mean, I almost prefer them not to have scored that touchdown at the end of the game because it gives them a false. Now Nag is going to, at the end you guys did good, and we're going to hear him stutter on the post game, talking about, No, you can't do it, man. That's just what it is.
There's going to be a lot of changes in Chicago, north side, south side, and with these Bears, there's got to be some changes, man.
Yeah, the defense was good enough, but the offense was not. And if you're, like I said, if you're looking at the number one offense or the number one defense in the Colts, you're not good enough. You can't not be good enough. And it was a close game to the end.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they got blown out. They still had a chance to the end.
Yeah, nothing.
So
that's it.
All right, y'all. We are getting ready to record the next episode tomorrow morning. All Net Podcast comes out tomorrow morning. On Thursday, in the morning of that Tampa Bay game, this episode will be dropping. Okay, we're going to talk about this terrible
loss.
Today's terrible loss, lack of production. We're going to talk about lack of production on the baseball teams. Give our post-mortem.
We'll talk to what are the keys that we need to actually be competitive with Tampa Bay? They're down a couple people. They had some injuries.
O.J. Howard is out with an Achilles.
Torn Achilles. So, and then
I think Fournette was injured today, but I don't know if he came back.
Evans came out for a little bit, came back, so he's banged up. So they got a lot of stuff they got to address.
Yep. So
Nagy and Pace get together. Yeah, our GMs and coaches are all suffering right now.
Podcast is True Chicago Sports Fan Podcast. We're available on all major platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere that you listen, you can find us. If you go on the page that you're watching right now, we post our flyers and our links on there all the time. The banner on our page right now is for the episode just came out on Thursday. So I will post it again in a little while, just if you're looking for it so you can hear it ahead of time and kind of see what we do and things like that. But yeah, absolutely. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. We're going to head out. Y'all have a great evening. Watch some more football. I don't know if you want to watch NBA basketball.
Finals tonight, we'll see.
Yeah.
The Lakers gonna go up 3-0. I don't know.
It's like a piece of me. Do you want it well done? Because they're about to be toast.
Yeah, that's
All right, y'all.
All
See
right,
y'all.
take it easy. Peace.
Oh, you stop this.